What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm super excited because we are doing an all things basketball Q&A. So every time I do a Q&A and I ask you guys to submit questions, I feel like the majority of the questions are always based around basketball in some capacity. So in this video, we're dedicating all of our time to answering those questions. And I asked you guys on my Instagram to submit your questions, and there were so many good ones. So we're gonna see how many we can get through in today's video. And I'm also super excited to be partnering with Mike's Hard Lemonade Seltzer for this video. I have my favorite flavor right here. It is just the pure lemon. It is so good, you guys. And they have 4 flavors total. They have pineapple, strawberry, mango, and then lemon. But I just love the OG lemonade. And it's funny because Mike's Hard Lemonade was always my mom's favorite drink when I was a kid, so I always saw her drinking it. So I think it's really cool that they made Mike's Hard Lemonade into a seltzer. And now I'm old enough to drink it, and it's definitely become my favorite drink when I'm watching basketball games from home. So yeah, super excited to partner with them. And with that being said, let's jump into the questions. So first up, your favorite spot to shoot from? I would say my favorite spot is definitely a wing 3. Close second is top of the key 3, which is probably where I'm the most accurate. And then obviously free throws, because that's like free money. I've always said that. Free throws, free money. No one's guarding you. Should make them every time. Your favorite songs to listen to while training? It's funny because when I played basketball growing up, I would always listen to like R&B slow music before the game because I always had a lot of energy, and I actually had to expend a little bit of my energy before the game and like calm myself down because I guess I was more like an anxious, nervous player. So I would listen to like calming music, and then right before the game when we were warming up, we'd like amp it up with some like hip hop music. So yeah. When was the last time you played? Oh my goodness. I think the last time that I played was at the Final Four celebrity game in 2019. Wow, oh my gosh. Okay, so it's almost been 2 years since I played. I'm assuming you mean like 5-on-5 basketball. Yeah, it's been a while. But I have shot around here and there, so. Who is your favorite player of all time? Allen Iverson was always my favorite player growing up. Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Allen Iverson. He just made a huge impact on the game, not only with basketball, but also with like his style and his style of play. So let's go with AI. Were you good enough to make it to the WNBA? So I never wanted to play in the WNBA, but I believe if I really wanted to, I could have, because why limit yourself, you know? A lot of people even said when I was growing up that I would never play Division I. And you know, I was 5'8", I was small, I wasn't the quickest, I couldn't jump the highest, I wasn't the most athletic. And so I just made sure to like work as hard as I can, and that's how I became the skilled player that I was, and did end up getting that full ride scholarship to a Division I college. So I feel like if I really put my mind to it and I wanted to play, sure, I could have made it. I lost the passion of playing basketball because of the pandemic. Any advice? Honestly, I feel like so many people, it's just been a hard year for most people around the world. So first of all, I'm really sorry that you've lost your passion. But I think my advice would be maybe try going back to the game in a different way. Maybe if you, before the pandemic, you were just playing 5-on-5 at a local gym with your friends. Maybe go back to just shooting around with friends, or playing shooting games with friends, or maybe working on a certain dribbling skill, or maybe working on trick shots. Kind of mix up how you would normally play basketball. Why can't I talk right now? Mix up how you would normally play basketball and see if there's any other goals or different things that could spark your interest, maybe in a different way. Because I know even for me, I'm completely burned out of playing basketball at like a competitive level or playing 5-on-5. I personally don't even like to play pickup anymore, but I do enjoy shooting, and I like doing trick shots, and I like just doing fun things. So that's kind of a way that I learn to love basketball again, doing things like that. So I don't know, play around with it, see if there's any other goals, if there's any skills that you see people doing online that you want to learn, and maybe just set mini goals around basketball. And at the same time, if you don't want to play basketball anymore, like, don't push yourself either. You know, there's so many other things that can keep you active and help you to, you know, have fun with, you know, maybe it's another sport. So that's my long-winded advice. What is the worst part of your game? Dribbling. Dribbling simply because I just don't enjoy dribbling, like, at all. And I never have, ever. So when I was younger, actually, to make myself better at dribbling, because obviously I needed to have significant dribbling skills because I played a 2-guard, and in order to get my shot off, I had to be able to dribble sometimes and get around people and get up the court. But in order to like force myself to practice dribbling, I would go in the basement and dribble, because if I was dribbling anywhere where there was a hoop, I'd just end up shooting. Like, I would not practice my dribbling skills at all. So I always had to go somewhere where there was no hoop, and then I just turn on music and dribble to the beat and figure it out. But yeah, I'm still not great. I'm better than most, but not great. Do you have any basketball related nicknames? So yes, I do. One of my best friends calls me Shooter. My dad calls me Rocket, which kind of started with softball but carried over into basketball. So I would say Rocket and Shooter are my 2 nicknames. What are your favorite snacks and drinks that you get at basketball games? So I haven't been to a basketball game live in quite a while, obviously. But I have watched quite a few games from home, and so I feel like my go-to snacks is probably like chips and salsa or chips and hummus, because I love hummus. I pretty much like any kind of salty foods, also popcorn. Like microwave popcorn, or even just like, you know, those bags of popcorn that you get at the store. So I definitely love like a salty snack when I'm watching a game, and then definitely grab a Mike's Hard Lemonade seltzer, because they're just so like light and refreshing, and it tastes like lemonade, you know, with like a little kick. So grab one of these and grab a salty snack, and I'm ready to go. Your go-to ISO move. I was not like a huge one-on-one player, but I would definitely use my jab step for pretty much anything. The jab step is so versatile, and I know it seems like such a simple move, but if you perfect it, it helped me so much, because I wasn't one who had like a really quick first step, and obviously, like I've mentioned before, I didn't have like the nastiest handles to get my defender off of me, and so the jab step would help me to create space if I wanted to step back and shoot, or if I wanted to get around my defender, I'd take a long jab step into like another mini jab step, and that would help me to get a little bit of a boost around my defender. I don't know, there's just so many things. Like footwork is a huge, like when you start getting into the higher levels of basketball, I feel like footwork was the #1 thing that I worked on in my game, because if your feet were set and your feet were right, then everything else in your game kind of followed. And my coaches growing up were always like, rush your feet, not your shot. And so if I got my footwork right, then my shot was just butter, and it was so easy, you know, to hit shots. Have you tested how long you can spin a basketball on your finger? If so, how long? No. Maybe I will one day. I'm not bad though, but it breaks my nails, which is kind of what I don't like. So I have to keep my nails really short if I'm going to spin a basketball. Your most hated drill. Oh my goodness. Anything that has to do with dribbling. Actually, the drill that I hated, which is such a simple drill, but I just didn't like it, and I feel like you do it every single practice, was where when you're basically like zigzagging up the court dribbling, and then one of your teammates is like defending you, but like fake defending you, and you just have to do like crossovers between the leg spins, all of those. I never liked those. Also, any defensive drills, especially in high school when you'd have to chop your feet and go one way, go the other, jump, slide, all of the above. I guess I don't know, defense isn't that much fun for me, so doing those drills was never my favorite either. But any shooting drill, I'm there. I'm totally there. Oh, you know what other drill sucks? You guys let me know in the comments what your most hated drill is. The ones where you have to chase each other like around the court, and you bounce the ball, like you tip it off the backboard and you're in a line. You have to do that with your teammates and you're going around, there's two balls, there's one at this hoop and one at the other end. And then if anybody drops it, you have to run. So there's always that one person on your team who's lazy or slow or can't jump or can't time the jump. If you know what I'm talking about, comment below, because it's a terrible drill and we always end up running. Would you rather make the game-winning shot, assist, rebound, or defensive stop? Shot, of course. Have you played any of your followers one-on-one? No, and I'm not gonna do that, so don't get your hopes up. What age did you start playing basketball? I started when I was 10 years old, and I was terrible when I first started. Any routine back in the day before you competed? Like I mentioned earlier, I would listen to kind of like slowish type of music, like calming music. I would always eat a candy bar before the game, like a massive candy bar. That was my pre-game meal, which is terrible when you think about it now, but it worked for me. So yeah. Oh, I also, before every game, I used to make a heart with 22.5 pounds inside the heart. I just would write 22.5. Because my coaches back in the day told me this story about the Great Secretariat, which is a horse, if you're wondering. And long story short, the horse's heart weighed 22.5 pounds, and it was like the greatest racing horse ever. And so writing that on my wrist before every game just reminded me to always play with heart. So that was something that I always used to do. I don't think my mom loved it because sometimes I would write it with permanent marker, but what is the most points you've ever dropped in a game? Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's either 41 or 43. It was in an AAU game. And I remember that AAU game, like our team nearly scored like 100 points. We did score 100 points. So yeah, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? It was between 40 and 43, but I'm gonna call my mom and ask her because I feel like she would remember this. Let me see. Go on, Mom.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Are you busy? I have to ask you a question.
What are you drinking?
Oh, it's a Mike's Hard Lemonade Seltzer. Have you tried it yet?
Yum. No, I love Mike's Hard Lemonade, but I've never tasted their seltzer. Is it good?
I know, it's new. Oh yeah, it's really good.
Oh.
I feel like it's a modern version of your favorite.
Nice.
And it's light. I feel like you would like it because you like kind of light citrusy types of drinks, but I feel like it's the modern day Mike's Hard. But it's pretty good.
Yum. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Did you want? I got distracted by your can.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm doing a Q&A that's all basketball related. And one of the questions was how many points did I score? Like the highest points I've had in a game. And I know it was around 40, but I don't remember. I feel like it was between like 40 to like 43 or 45.
43?
You think?
I think so.
That's what I was thinking too, but I also didn't want to overshoot it if it wasn't that. But I think it was 43.
But you were overshooting. That's how you got 43.
True. Our whole team was overshooting. I think we scored over 100 points that game.
Yeah, you did. Your coach made you guys start dribbling like 10 times and passing before you would be allowed to shoot.
Oh yeah, that was a rule that we had because we were like winning and scoring so much. Our coach was like putting in little rules, like we had to pass behind our back once, we had to pass between our legs, so.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
But I had a lot of fun scoring that many points for sure.
Yes, and it was a lot of fun watching you score all those points.
Thanks. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Mama. I appreciate the help.
All right.
All right. Love you. Thanks.
All right. Love you. Talk to you later.
Bye. Did you ever get into and one? Yes. I loved and one. And I think it's kind of crazy now because I've worked with Grayson. You guys probably know him as the professor now so many times, but when I was younger, I loved and one. I loved like hot sauce and the professor, and yeah. That was a fun show. What is your favorite thing to practice at this moment? So I'm really at the point right now, you guys, with my basketball skills that I don't feel any need that I like need to get better at basketball. Right now, I only play basketball for fun and just to like collaborate with cool people and to play in celebrity games. But I'm to the point now, I took it seriously for so many years of my life. I'm to the point where I just wanna have fun with it. So I guess my favorite thing to practice is just like being creative and thinking of fun like trick shots and long shots and different challenges that I can do in basketball, but not necessarily skills that I would actually use on the court. I'm as good as I ever need to be, and like I'm perfectly okay with that. What was your worst basketball injury? So I got super lucky and never really had any serious injuries in basketball. I rolled my ankle in the 7th grade and I was out for like a couple weeks. And I hit my head on the floor a couple times and got some like minor concussions. And then I also got, I got a black eye at a basketball camp once. It was the top 64 players in Ohio basketball camp. And I got elbowed in my like cheekbone, like right under my eye. And then later on that day when we were playing in another game, somebody's like shoulder or head or something went into the exact same spot. Long story short, I got a huge black eye from like the top of my eyebrow all the way down here. And I had it for like 9 weeks. Like it was a gnarly black eye. But I got on a poster because of that black eye, because I ended up making the all-star team at that camp. And they put me on a poster for the following year saying like only the tough get better, and it was a picture of me with my gnarly black eye. So luckily I never had any serious injuries, and the one injury that I had, I don't know, got me on a poster. So moving step backs to the right or the left. That's a tough one, but probably to the right, because I can jab with my left foot and then push back with my left and shoot. And I can dribble with my right hand because I'm a much better dribbler with my right hand. So probably moving to the right, even though I can do both, but I feel like my body is more exposed going to the left, and since I shoot with my right hand, the defender would be on this side. And so like I have a little bit of room going this way. Does that make sense? I'm gonna do a couple more because I know this video is gonna be really long, but if you guys want a part 2, then please let me know in the comments, because there are so many questions and we could do more. Just let me know if you want a part 2. Have you ever gotten a meniscus tear? If yes, how did you feel after? And wait, have you ever gotten a meniscus tear? If yes, how do you feel after it is healed? So yes, I did tear my meniscus, and it actually wasn't when I was playing basketball, it was when I was running. It took a long time to heal because I decided to not get surgery because it wasn't torn so much to where I had to get surgery, so I let it heal naturally. But it took about 9 months to a year to fully heal. That being said, it is completely healed and I feel stronger than ever. So if you did tear your meniscus, hang in there. You got this. There's a light at the end of the tunnel and you can be stronger than ever, because I definitely am. What motivates you to play basketball? I would say now, like I said, I'm just motivated to play basketball because it's fun and I just like to mess around when I play. When I was younger, I definitely just had this internal drive. I always wanted to get a full ride Division I scholarship. That was my goal, and for me, I knew that I needed to put in a ton of freaking work to get to that goal because the odds were against me. And so that's really what motivated me to play when I was younger. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this all things basketball Q&A. There were so many questions that you guys submitted. So if you want to see a part 2, then make sure that you thumbs up this video and make sure to comment below with your favorite snacks and drinks that you have when you're watching basketball games. And if you haven't tried out Mike's Hard Lemonade Seltzer, then make sure that you do, because I swear to you, you will not be disappointed. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure that you click that subscribe button because I'm trying to upload more videos than I did last year. And yeah, join the party. Thank you always for your continued support, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.